Hi, I'm Daz. I'm the producer of The Drift. And it's been a while since my last Drift diary, and that's because I've been really busy sorting out lots of things that I need to do before I run away, because for the next 4 weeks or so I'm not going to be able to do too much work on The Drift. So what does that mean? Well, it means that I have a team of people located in the UK and around the world. And what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is basically getting them prepared with jobs to do while I'm away. And that's quite difficult because it requires a bit of planning and bringing things ready to a sort of certain level. So, for example, I've been working really hard on getting the dialogue edit sorted out. So whilst there is still some way to go in sorting out the dialogue for the film, I've been getting rid of all the noise, all the sort of the multiple layers of sound from all the different clips that have been used. So now the film actually makes a lot more sense, as in you can really hear the story, and the sound is consistent. So rather than being sort of distracted as the camera angle changes and the sound changes, the sound now is all the same. And that's kind of obvious in terms of the actual final edit for the movie, then fine. But at this sort of stage in the production, I've kind of accelerated that. Because what that's actually enabled to happen is that not only has that made it more easy to understand and enjoy, it's actually changed the edit. And now that even me as the editor, I can actually look at the film slightly more differently as the dialogue is clearer. And what I've done is I've pushed that out to sort of the visual effect guys, I've pushed it out to sound engineers, and to writers looking at other projects as well. So that's sort of gone out to everyone to look at. A big thank you to Helen, Dom, John and Mo and the team working on the Chromathon, the sequel, the second one. We're now so close to finishing the chroma key. In fact, over the next few weeks that will be complete. So that's a really big, a great achievement. No small feat. Best part, I think, 700 shots done in the last sort of 9 weeks. So that's really impressive. Being the classic executive bully that I am, I've now added a whole new load of effects. So Chromathon is dead, Strobathon is in. And that's the next thing now that the guys are going to be working on, which is creating and making the drift inside look like the lights are failing and it's not just on all the time, the lights are intermittent. So that's the next sort of big thing. Other things that we're planning for the guys while I'm away is actually building the drift now. So the CGI models are coming in thick and fast, both big spaceships and broken bits of ship and just parts of metal, rock, that kind of stuff. So that's all sort of coming together now, and John will be leading the team to start actually compiling the final sort of drift setup. We've also been working on sort of the pre-visuals in terms of what the spaceships are going to do in certain sequences. It's no surprise that obviously the crew are going to arrive and fly to the drift, so that sequence obviously has needed to be pre-visualised so that we can then look at making the shots more exciting and understanding the journey, and of course at the end of the movie as well. So that's some work to be going on with. Sound engineers I kind of mentioned already. They've now got a copy of the script and a copy of the movie, so they need to be documenting every single sound effect in every single scene. In fact, that's true of all the elements of the production now. So whether it's a visual effect or a sound effect or a type of dialogue or missing dialogue, all that now has to be documented so that we just don't miss it, frankly. It reminds me actually during pre-production when I was set building, not me personally, but the guys were set building, that I went round with a clipboard basically detailing every single thing that needed to be done, and then quantified that by having these lists and then dividing it up into the different sets, different locations on the sets. Now we're doing the same thing but with the scenes. So that's a really important thing that they can be doing while I'm away. Also, something that's been happening in the last sort of few weeks is what you see behind me. In fact, not quite what you see behind me. That's the Phoenix, which is the main spaceship in the movie Starlight, which is kind of in development at the moment. It's not quite pre-production, but it's something that's going to happen after the drift. And then I found this, which is the Eagle, made by Lego. It's a spaceship that looks like a bird, and the cockpit is in the head. and it's got big talons and foldable wings, and it's powered by crystal. So that's been interesting, and how I look at and deal with that, because have they copied that from us, or is that something going to happen in the future whereby we I work on Starlight and Lego start to think that we're copying them? So that's something really interesting. I've been speaking to intellectual property lawyers, and obviously I can't discuss publicly what's going to happen or what isn't going to happen or what we can and cannot do, but it does raise the sort of issue about intellectual property and kind of a race in terms of who does what first and who can prove who did what first, and are you encroaching on someone else's intellectual property? And now that we've got a Lego model that looks a little bit like my Lego model, that does create a talking point, if nothing else. So how do I deal with that? Do I engage with Lego? Do I sort of say, hey, glad you've seen my design, which I uploaded to your website in order for me to buy the pieces so I could make my model? That's great, I've got more models for you to look at, or hope you don't mind what I'm doing, or even talk to them about Starlight, and then they say, well, hang on a minute, that's our property. So interesting. Not sure where that's going to go, and I'll keep you all updated, of course, as to what happens, whether it's going to be the Phoenix or the Eagle. So there we are. So in terms of sort of the next few weeks now, you're probably not going to hear too much from me, because I'm going to be away, going on holiday, and then I've got a couple of filming jobs I've got to do as well. So it's going to be a little bit quiet, so don't worry, things are happening in the background. My team are all ready to go, all prepped, and in fact in the last Cremathon that we did, I mean I barely, due to other commitments, in fact sorting out some film score music, which is also very exciting to be fair, very exciting indeed. They were able to run the Cremathon completely without me anyway, and that's exactly how it needs to be. In the military it's called Mission Command, I just call it Trust. Basically, these guys are working really hard, they believe in what we're doing, they really want to keep it going, move it forward, and by them just getting on with it allows me to do other things, whether it's drift related or future projects related, or just going on holiday, which I'm going to be doing very shortly. So there we go, that's it. I'll probably see you all again in about 4 weeks' time.